Is anybody coming in from Philadelphia? Let me go over what we're going to be doing in the next 15 minutes. I have won over, I'm not even going to tell you the number because you guys aren't going to believe me. I've won a lot of government contracts in my day. And it started out in Philadelphia. Admittedly, I have not done government contracts in Philadelphia in more than a decade. So this process, when I started looking it back up, is I moved my company to Texas, then DC, then we started doing other places. At the time, Philadelphia was violent. I didn't not somewhere I wanted to be. Sorry. We'll see. But I love the city. I grew up in the city. It's home for me. But sometimes, moving on up to the side. Now, what we have done, because I know and I have experience, I want to share my screen with y'all. And I'm going to start off by just saying, where do you start? Okay, let's go through the process, actually. Bring me back up so y'all can see me. The first thing that you're going to do is, these are for people who already have a company established. If you already have an EIN, right? An employer identification number. If you don't have that, go to the irs.gov site. You can get one for free. If you already registered your company with the Pennsylvania Secretary, the Department of whatever, Secretary of State, that one's, I think, $350 registration. Then you're golden. You're set. That's kind of, and then Philadelphia, you don't even need a franchise license. But you need to have your business established. If you don't, let me know. DM me, comment on this video, say business. That way I know to make a video on how to start your business. But if you already have that, then you have everything that you need to start doing business in Philadelphia. Now, let me bring up my screen. It's as easy as, and I'm going to start from the get-go. All right. It's as easy as just going to Google. And we're going to just type in Philadelphia bids. Philadelphia bids is going to bring up this site. Philadelphia has two types of bids, primarily. There's more, but primarily there are bids and then there are RFPs. An RFP is a request for proposal. And a bid is just, hey, we have this item that we want to buy, just give us a price. A request for proposal sometimes is more complex because they want you to come up with a solution. It's not just a price, it's an overall solution. A bid is, hey, we want to buy some shirts, tell us their price. You the plug on the shirts, tell us the price. So that's important because there's a couple sites that you're going to need to know. I'm going to talk fast, but DM me if you need more information. I'm here to help, but I will know that you guys got to start the new year off right, and that means getting to work on time, so I'm not going to try to take too much of your time. On this site, welcome to Phil Contracts. Simple enough. So here is a supplier registration. We're going to go there. But before you go there, I really, really, really want you to know that you can't learn everything in 10 or in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. You can't learn it in 1 minute reels. You have to do the research, people. This is only the gateway. So down here, whoever in Philly, shout out to Mayor Parker, whoever over there, put this helpful links guide together. Contract hubs, e-contracts, right? Contract hubs is more for bids. We're going to go into that. E-contracts, which we're going to touch on, is more for RFPs. Those are more complex, sometimes higher money. Invoicing, that's when you win local business listings. But this here is the Office of Economic Opportunity. If you have a small business, you should come on this here. And then there are so many opportunities on the Office of Economic Opportunities because you can register your company as a minority business, a woman-owned business, and look at opportunities. Let's see if I can. And then there's training events. You're going to see here that there's some trainings available here. Software introduction, certification process here in Philly. So you don't have to pay these influencers. Philadelphia is offering this stuff to you for free. And the reality is, here's a site with more information. Philadelphia has this thing where if the contract is under $100,000, call it that, then it will be sent to a local small business. So if it's $100 contract, it's going to be sent to a local small business. Now, there's a lot of information here. Let me go to the contract hub. What you're going to want to do is just supplier registration. This is where I say you're going to need your EIN. Now, I already did my supplier registration. Your EIN you get from irs.gov, your company name, your email. This thing takes about a 10-minute registration. Once you register, you're going to get an email letting you know, hey, you're now a supplier, registered supplier in Philadelphia. You're going to sign in. I have some personal information in there, so we're just going to do it without signing in. But you're going to come here and you're going to just start seeing what open bids there are. Like I said, right? Filtered under $100,000, or this is over $100,000. Anything under 100,000, anything under 34,000 has to be a set aside for small businesses, folks. Has to be a set aside. So what you're going to do here, let me put you on game on what's available right now. Demolition service, right? Pre-qualification bid, laser printer that the city's trying to buy, but that's not even what I saw, right? Tracking services, Adobe licenses. This one I looked at because obviously I have a technology company and I went here and look, they need 2 Adobe licenses. And these things aren't that expensive. But the more important thing, and I want to start with here because I'm a vendor for Adobe. Some big companies don't care about getting this bid. This one's closed, presumably because it was a fixed award. But I sometimes just submit these. I don't make much money, maybe a couple $100 here and there, right? But guess what? They'll remember my name. These same officers put out bids often. Then you start to get direct contracts. But let me tell you right now, the ones that I was interested in. Prisoner clothing. We all know somebody who's locked up in the pen. V-neck SS blue, prisoner clothing, right? And then trousers. So here's what you're going to do. Now you're registered. You're logged in. You're going to have to learn how to read. If you can't read, maybe let me know. I will help you with a hooked on phonics situation. But you're going to want to know how to read because for your first contract, here is a couple things that you're going to want to know. This is the bid number. And remember, I said it's a bid because they're just looking for the number, right? Like, you're going to want to read all this, what the description is, the organization, the department. There's multiple departments within the city, right? And then here's pre-bid conference. Delivery must be completed within 60 days of the purchase order. If submitting samples, they must be sent before the bid closes. However, they are not required. No samples will be accepted after the bid closes. Use the Q&A section for all inquiries. Okay, great. So the small order purchase will be awarded as a whole or by line item. However, it is the best, whichever is in the best interest of the city, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. Seller must quote all items in order to be eligible for the award. Great. So you already know that they have, oh, sorry, you guys, if y'all can't see that. You already know that they have line items, right? So what are they trying to get? Well, just come down here. Right. And I want you guys to read, like, don't skim, read the first ones. And I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of the information is going to be the same no matter what contract you apply for. But because there's just like definitions, there's some legal stuff that you need to know. But then the scope of work is really what's important. They trying to buy this here NGIP code. This is the code that your business, when you go through the registration, they're going to say, well, what type of business are you? We're a technology business. You guys might be a textile business. You might be a food vendor. So this is the code under which this falls under, but your company does not have to be under that code. We're a technology and logistics business. We've been the supplier for the Alabama State Correctional Facilities for food, for their trades. We certainly do technology services for the city. We've done so many things all around different institutions that we don't even, we've helped install a bridge and all of that. So it doesn't really have to be what you're classified under. It's just giving you an idea. Here, they're talking about everything that they need. Short sleeve pullover, the quantity 3,000. What you're going to want to do, right, make sure that you understand what all of these are. And then here are where your some of the information is that you're going to want to know. This is the terms and conditions, right? Let me see if I open this up. You're going to want to read this because this is for small order purchases with the city of Philadelphia. this isn't for just particularly for this contract. This is in general. So this is what I'm saying, that you're going to want to read it, because once you read it one time and you understand it, this is talking about how you're going to get paid, the ethics requirements, right? Like if you have any sort of conflicts, maximum value, who you're paying, how much, right? Like if it's under $94,000. And this is really important because I've won contracts because I've objected to the winner that the city selected. I'm like, whoa, you selected a winner, but they're not listed on the city small business list. Sorry, I'm the runner-up. I've won. I've gotten it. Oh, they didn't make it to the mandatory bid meeting. Now, that's what you also are going to get is specifications here, garment specifications, so that you know exactly, this is more for this contract. Bid open date. When it says open date, that means when they're going to award it, right? Like, here's exactly what they're going to need. Now, you're asking yourself, but Dom, I got some questions. How do I know this, and that? And remember, whatever you do, go to Alibaba, go to the, go to Chinatown, find whoever the marketer is down there giving. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Am I not sharing my my screen here? Eric, could you pull up my my entire screen? Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm realizing that you guys can't see my screen. But if you download this document here, it'll show you the specifications of what it is that the city wants. I'm gonna just do it for y'all. Sorry, guys. Let me do it for y'all. Let me stop my screen share, and I'm gonna start it again because I love y'all. That's why. Boom. Can you see it? Now, let me know if y'all can see my screen. There you go. They're telling you, V-neck. Don't come here and give them a bid. And they already told you how many they need, right? Don't come here and give them a bid for a crew neck. They'd want V-neck. It's happened to me that we've gotten the wrong ones. All right, cool. So, but now where do you submit it? Guys, I only have a couple more minutes with y'all. If you have any questions, contact Christopher Lewis. This is his job. They got their phone number right there. Christopher Lewis. Yo, I'm interested in this. Do we have a bid meeting? Sometimes they have what's considered a bid meeting so that you can get all your questions answered. On this one, Christopher Lewis works with the prison system in Philadelphia. He might tell you, hey, yep, Torresdale, it's a virtual meeting. Here's blah, blah, blah. But the one thing is you do need to submit your contract consent agreement. Just read through these documents. They're really simple. Where they're giving you you check this box, you check this box, fill out your legal name of the company, your address, and you sign it and you submit it with your bid. Hey, I went and now I'm going to make a longer video with maybe me going through a bid, but this is just for trousers, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, and what they said is, hey, we might just select one of whatever you're submitting, not all of them. Now, what's another contract that I'm personally going to be going after? Me personally, right? What did I tell you earlier? That there's two types of contract hubs in Philadelphia. One is the bid hub, one is the RFP hub, request for proposal. That's a bid hub that you saw there. There is not really too many questions. As a matter of fact, yesterday as I was perusing, I saw that carpet cleaner, there's a carpet cleaner contract here that I was going after in Philadelphia. Let me just actually go through what other contracts they got here, right? So these are trousers, card tabulation, planters. If yes, queen, plants, whatever. I got plants. I bought planters. They need some plants and vases, right? Child welfare and juvenile justice service contract. That one might be a little bit harder. Sewer reconstruction. These are bigger contracts if you have a construction company, right? But I'm looking for some corrugated boxes. That's easy. I can find some corrugated boxes, right? Let me look for contracts under $34,000. Let me just look for that. Ace glass, blower mount, maintenance and repair. So these are just all really easy to get your foot in the door. You really can't mess this up too much. But there are other things that that you can certainly, personal grooming supplies, toothbrushes, whatever. Yo, just literally find these, get the quote for them, and then submit the price. And then all of them, these people, it is their job. This one, server error. Good thing this isn't my contract, because I would have needed to. I would have needed to make sure that response date 20 January 28th, right? But let me tell you the contract that I'm going to be going for. So this one is under the e-contracts hub. Again, you come here, you log in, register. Let me see here. You log in, you register. And the registration is simply register now. Don't have an account. You put your tax ID, your EIN. I wish I could go through the registration with y'all. It is so easy. Let me log in really quick, guys. Hold on. Let me log in for y'all. I think I got my D Pereira, P-R-E-I-R-A at go to jcm.com. I should have already been logged in. That way I wouldn't have to get ready. I would have been ready, would have stayed ready. But you know what? Before I actually log in, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. It is, give me 1 second. Whoa. When you are not logged in, the important of creating these accounts is here. There is all of these contracts, all right? The reason I'm logging in, yesterday, I saw this contract. Opening date. This means here, opening date here means this is when the contract is now available for you to bid on, right? Or for you to get more information. Opening date. What is this contract that I'm looking at? This is for city council, right? Philadelphia seeks a qualified and experienced provider to deliver comprehensive desk side white glove support. Oh, that seems like it falls under my privilege and purview. All right, this contract is between $0 and $600,000 for IT services. All right, and how do I know it's IT services? Because right here, all of these links right here, right, this is the checklist that you want to go through. Like I said, read through all of these at least one time. The posting date was the 30th of the year. We got 30 days. And here you open this. This site's a little slower. And I'm going to tell you how I win these contracts. The site, whoever, you open it, and here it's telling you everything. It's 51 pages. Grab a cup of coffee, right? When you read the first 20 pages, it's going to be the same for everyone, right? Like they're talking about the background of Philadelphia. If you don't know it, then let me try to zoom in for y'all. Background of Philadelphia and this particular contract. Support will be provided during standard hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's important to know this stuff because if your company only opens at 8:30 or 9, this might not be for you, right? General statement of requirement. And then at the bottom here, it says a fixed price. Don't be thinking you're going to change the price at the end, right? Or once you're in it already. There's been times that I've lost money doing contracts. But at the end of these 51 pages, give me 1 second. Like, look at this. They actually got to update this, I think, because they said it's over 94,000, but I think it's 100,000 now based on a local passing here. At the end, they want to show you exactly what it is that they need. Give me 1 second. This is okay. Coordinate. This is everything that transition and knowledge base. This is everything that they're going to need for the technology cyber, like web application app design. Let me even start here. Detailed project requirements, technical support and help desk services. This is what my company does, right? Provide responsive server, laptop, blah, blah, blah. System maintenance and updates. We do that. I have employees for this. Web services, right? And now it's telling you, I was doing so much research on this last night. let me zoom in for y'all. It's telling you that we need web services and application development. We build apps, we do web services. And at the end of the day, it's telling you, oh, we need you to, for this website, which I'm gonna, oh, sweet Jesus. I lost my place, people. I wanted to open it in a different tab. And I'm sorry if we're going over, but this is how I go through these contracts, right? Like, and you see now I'm just scrolling through because I've already read it before. But I just really want you to go through the web services. By the way, there is a fee when you win a contract, right? That's telling you, hey, if you submit a contract over $150,000, you're gonna have to pay a fee of like $500, but that's fine. Like, believe me, that's like, put that in. But remember that as you, what page was I on, class? Was anybody paying attention? Was anybody paying attention? No? Okay, that's fine. Well, let me just go to that page. They're telling me I have to maintain this page. This was one of the websites that you have to maintain. So what did I do? I just went back here, view page source. This is the code. If you don't know website code, that's fine, right? But I do. I'm like, oh, this is a WordPress site. They're telling me what child theme, what plugin, not the most secure site. Sorry, City of Philadelphia. There's a couple vulnerabilities that I'm seeing here but whatever. I'm going to be your new IT guy now. I'll take care of it. But HostGator, you're not even hosting on the, oh, hold on. Give me 1 second, folks. It looks like my camera went out. Looks like my camera went out. Take a quick pause. Let me, we got a little technical difficulties. Here we go. I'm back to you. So long story short, what if you can see my screen again, this is a contract that but I still have questions, right? I still have questions as to what they need. Most importantly, I have a couple questions. The most important question that I would ask is, who is their current provider? Who has been doing this over the last couple years? And that information is public. But even if I don't find it, I'm going to call Miss Wendy. I'm going to ask her, where can I find that information? And when I find that vendor, I'm also going to see how much they've charged over the last couple years, right? Because that's also public. When the City of Philadelphia put out this bid, you are not the first person to provide IT solutions to them. They have done this plenty of times. And all the information is public. You can just search for closed bids. This bid is open. It's an opportunity that's available, but you can just look at when it was last competitively bid out, how much that price is, and it'll give you an idea on how much you should be charging. Don't undercut yourself, sis. If they charged $200,000 last year, that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. This year might look like 3. Just depends. But go through all of these white glove services, the appendix. This is RFP submission checklist. It's telling you everything that you're going to need to submit this request. Again, a longer conversation. Like, they got check boxes. Do you got this? Did you submit your proposal and application on e-contracts? Right? Like, come on. They're trying to make it easy for you. Now, let me show you a couple other opportunities that I thought were really cool for some people. City's qualified firm lobbying efforts. Give me 1 second. This one here was for juveniles. So what is this? The city is looking right here. The City of Philadelphia Department of Division of Juvenile Services seeks qualified applicants who can provide training and one-on-one coaching and leadership, supervision, managing stress, and personal and professional effectiveness among JJS employees. Why can't I do that? I have managed stress. If you have dealt with juveniles and like there's, if you're a teacher or whatever, you've been in the system where you're like, hey, I figured out I'm a good speaker. I am great at being able to direct people on how you can do your job more effectively, how you can manage stress. It doesn't have to be, look at this. They're telling you they're willing to pay up to $100,000 to teach people how to manage stress. And how many people you think are going to be applying for this? Not many. Now y'all are. Now you guys are. You don't even have to be in Philadelphia, but if you are, even better. So you don't have to go for the home run $60 million, $62 million contracts to build the I-95 that never gets done. If you're from Philly, you know what I'm talking about. But there are so many contracts reach creative project management tasks to deliver advertising campaigns and materials. Advertising campaigns and materials, folks. Marketing company. You spending your time doing your little dance on TikTok, you should be getting paid because you are now a marketing agency, right? Make sure that your efforts are going towards something notable. But really, the one thing that I also want you to get out of is the Philadelphia Office of Economic Opportunity. And Philadelphia. Office of Economic Opportunity. There is so much information in this Office of Economic Opportunity. These are the staff. You can just tell them, hey, I have a small business. What do I need to be registered as a minority-owned business in Philadelphia? Right? Like, just come through here, peruse, figure out what it is that you need to do to be registered under the Office of Economic Opportunity, because the city has set-asides of, and I'm not sure where the page is, right? But the city has set-asides specifically, look at this, and disabled contracts over $100,000. Specifically for people in this registration. If it's under $100,000, you need to be registered as a minority business in some contracts. So that's what I really want y'all to get out of. You don't have to pay these influencers to take their course. Just call these people. And literally, if you call them right now, they have to be at work. They have to answer your call. Believe me, they can't avoid it. It's their job. I'm going to call them right now. I should have called them while you guys were on the phone, but I'm not going to do that to them. But so come here, take the training, Office of Economic Opportunity, start your contract journey. If you want more information, let me know. But thank you for joining me on today's show. We ran a little long, but that's a great way to start the year. Dominique Pereira, Ask Domnat for all of your government contract questions in Philadelphia. Get registered. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks. And see you guys on Monday at 8 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.